I started to miss my mom when she wasn't drunk. That's how much she drank.
When he came to us, he was 15. Up until that point, I spent my life doing the right thing. I paid my taxes, I went to church on Sundays, I loved my family. Who was I to help this boy? I mean, sure, what he had gone through was sad, but who was I to intervene? I was raising a girl. But now I'm being asked to raise a boy of color. Our experiences were so different. I had heard the rumors about mixed kids, how they were whitewashed or too in touch with their black side. As a white man, I felt powerless when it came to raising him the way I knew a boy like him ought to be brought up. Yet, as I did with my daughter, I learned how. It turns out that the things that gave me reservations became the things that bonded us. As far apart as our worlds seemed, they were connected. And everything that he did, he made me want to protect him. He made me love him. Bit by bit, I saw him become the man that he is today. Experiencing the love that he brought into our home is something I will truly never forget. We often think that differences pull us apart. But he taught me and continues to teach me that these differences can be the things that bring us together. I know God put him into our lives for a reason. He is my son.
For me, this was my chance to make up for the past. I was too young to save my brother, but I knew this time around I could save this boy. My brother was kicked out after he came out, and it changed the entire course of my life. It left a massive hole in my heart, and people would ask, "How's your brother?" And I would just say, "Yeah, he's good. He's just away at school for a really long time." I hated those words the second they came out of my mouth. I mean, I lost the one person who was supposed to always be there for me over something so trivial. So I tried to move on with my life. I lived life by the book. I got married, we started a family. I told myself that I'd moved on, or as moved on as you can be when someone is snatched away from you. So when I got the call years later that he had lost his battle to AIDS, it devastated me. I never got to tell him goodbye, or tell him that what Mom and Dad said wasn't true, that I still loved him. That not a day went by where I didn't look at pictures of the two of us. Fortune comes to us once, twice if you're lucky. So when Elijah came into our lives, I knew that this was my chance to be the mother that my mother should have been. The upbringing that my brother deserved would be given to him. I would get to love this boy the way that my parents should have loved my brother. He's my son.
I saw him around school and I paid no attention to him. He was just another scholarship kid. You met one, you met them all. They show up late, walk around with this lost puppy dog look on their face, and just kind of seem to float through life. It wasn't until I saw his house that I saw just how differently he lived. I mean, that house was a nightmare. And then I saw him come to school and deal with the shitstorm that my friends put him through. So you can only imagine the position it put me in when it was decided he was going to begin living with us. I mean, these were the girls I grew up with. Was I supposed to just abandon them in favor of some boy? I was in diapers with these girls, and I was just expected to throw away that bond. But I know we're supposed to do the right thing. And the right thing to do is to share the blessings that we've been given. So why was it so hard to accept him into my life? But for the first time, I got to see him smile. I got to see this joy on his face. I got to see him grow into somebody who wasn't afraid. And and how lucky and blessed I was chosen to love him. Be his sister.
How does our family shape us into the people that we are? The way our dad shows me to change a tire, or tells me bringing it back. The ideal ad said tire shop, but you're only half listening, so you pray that he's always there to take care of your car troubles for you. Or is it our moms who are always there when we get our hearts broken, and we swear we're done dating forever, but when we start dating again, they're always there to pick up the pieces. Or there are sisters we grew up in competition with, who now serve as our role models for lives that we want to lead ourselves. For me, it was all those things and more. Coming to this family that loved me and celebrated all that made me me was the single most terrifying thing I've been through my entire life. I was constantly on pins and needles worried when I was doing the wrong thing, or do the wrong thing, or not be enough to be in this family. These fears grew into hysteria and became a secret I carried around with me, like shame. If no one knew how much my life before this family hurt me, no one could hurt me or love me. That was until I let them love me. My family has shown me and continues to teach me on our path that defines us, but the action and the impact they leave on people around us that defines us. Dad, watching you grow with the love and accepting man that you are is the greatest blessing in my life. So no matter what someone looks like, we can still love them and into our lives. Mom, you were the first person to love the very real reality of nothing but gay sex, no matter how awkward the sex talk is from your mom. Thank you for always being there, showing that God's timing is always there. And to the sister I used to find so annoying, thank you for being the first person to see the potential in me, that I was worthy of a life like yours despite my past, and I was always with you to college. So family does define us into the people who we are. It's the big acts and small acts that combine to make us who we are. So to my family,